We want to dig even deeper and talk about the causes that nobody knows about. Nobody.
Your hormones are out of balance. They suck. It's occupying your liver. So you cannot break down histamines or even any toxins. You become a histamine waste cesspool.
Wow. Hello, everyone. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the causes of mast cell activation syndrome and histamine intolerance. So tonight, we're doing part 2. We want to dig even deeper and talk about the causes that nobody knows about. Nobody.
I think that's kind of ironic, actually, Anne, because people really have no idea, like just how much allergy and histamine related issues anybody with any autoimmune disease really have. 2 weeks ago, I just went over what I thought were the 3 core underlying causes. I consider those keystone, like the foundational causes of mast cell activation disorder, but none of those causes any of your doctors even knew about. And I consider them literally the bottom of the pyramid that everything else built on top of. So today we're going to go over the stealthy 4 hidden causes even I didn't know about that I had to learn. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and dig right in.
I'm Anne Emanuel, the co-host here for our show alongside Dr. Maggie.
Hello, and I am Maggie, MD, functional and holistic medicine, and the creator of Transform Protocol and the Transform Autoimmune Program to help anyone turn around their autoimmune disease naturally.
So the first surprising and stealthy cause for mast cell activation and these histamine problems
is hormones.
Hormones.
I want to ask how many of you guys started having these allergy symptoms postpartum after you delivered your child, or certain times of the month it's a lot worse. Or you know what? You're a 45 to 55-year-old woman or man, and really around your big menopause, perimenopause changes is when these symptoms really got worse. Well, why? It's not because you're getting older. I mean, it's because those are the times of severe hormone changes. And I have thumpered from the top of the hills about how one of the top pillars, we have 5 pillars of Transform, the underlying 5 causes of autoimmunity. Number 1 in there has to be hormone imbalances, because when these hormones really change, they really turn on autoimmune attack. But there's many mechanisms to why they also turn on allergy problems. Okay, so let's talk it through. We in our program actually saliva test your hormones. Anne just premiered a video. A video's coming up. She just unboxed her first her kit to actually test.
I just did the saliva testing as well. So
I can't wait. And the reason is because the information, I mean, we reviewed Lynn's hormones yesterday, and we were talking about Lynn's hormones, and her doctors kept doing blood hormones and telling her that her hormone levels were fine, and they were through the freaking roof. And I was trying to tell her that number 1 is that when we test hormones our way through saliva, we're testing for free active hormones. That's the part that really matters. So it can really differ from what they're testing in the blood. They're not testing for free active hormones. The other thing was a lot of people have certain hormone patterns where certain hormones are really elevated. So example, estrogen dominance, it's a really common hormone pattern. How many of you know you have estrogen dominance who've been through the program? The other one is called polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS. Both of these disorders can cause hormones to go really high. And then on top of it, we could have someone like Lynn who's taking a ton of prescribed hormones. And that's called iatrogenic, doctor created, super crazy ass. She had hormone levels that were, some of them were 10 times normal of what a woman should be, right? So when you have elevated hormone levels that are this high, either naturally or iatrogenically caused by your doctor, these hormones have to be broken down by your liver. That's really important. And what happens is, it occupies the liver, and yet one of the main roles of the liver is to break down your histamines. You cannot break down your histamines if it's busy breaking down all your crappy hormones that are out of balance. So, point taken here, hormone imbalance causes serious histamine issues because it really interferes with the breakdown of histamines. So when people talk about, I take a medication to be antihistamine, do you know that your body naturally can break down histamine via your liver? Okay. And when your hormones are out of balance, they suck. It's occupying your liver. So you cannot break down histamines or even any toxins. You become a histamine waste cesspool.
Wow. Okay, so
And
this is really fascinating. And I mean, it's proving your point that hormones have such a strong link because a lot of people are saying that basically that these issues started right around these hormonally sensitive times. And this person even says can't have a cycle and only 27 years old, not cycling because of POTS and mast cell. So
absolutely, and that
that
reminds me of Dana who went through our program. She had POTS and MCAS as well, and they went hand in hand. And literally for Dana, when her hormones improved, her mast cell activation improved like overnight. And same with her POTS. I mean, they all go hand in hand because the underlying causes are really similar. People don't realize that her POTS and her MCAS totally linked with her freaking hormones. Yet from that Facebook user, has anyone in that 27-year-old ever even addressed your hormones, lady?
yeah, let us know. Whoever posted that comment can't see your name because maybe you didn't
Has
agree to whatever.
anyone even addressed your freaking hormones? And is this the first time you're hearing that your hormones is actually imbalance is the underlying cause of why you have such high circulating levels of histamines? Booyah.
And even if somebody did try to address your hormones, unfortunately, in my experience, they will not know how. They
Yeah,
may try to do testing and they may try to order something for you, but will they be able to analyze it appropriately and to spot these very specific patterns
right.
that then you know how to fix? That's the game changer.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the thing is, just because someone prescribes you hormones even doesn't make them a hormone expert. So that's the kind of thing that, I think even doctors who are prescribing hormones, testing hormones, don't understand jack shit about how to
Mhm.
balance your hormones. When I talk about these patterns of estrogen dominance and PCOS, many of the people through our program, their doctors even missed those patterns. And I teach on it. Like I'm teaching people this. You've seen me teach about hidden PCOS. That's not the
Mhm.
obvious. Also hidden estrogen dominance, right? So they don't even know what these terms mean. They don't even know what it looks like. They're not even doing the right test, and they don't even know how to find it outright. How would they even notice when it's hidden? And for me, like even last week, 2 weeks ago, we were going over Roxy's results. People were trying to get pregnant, trying to have healthy pregnancies, never knew what they learned in our program about their hormones. After cycles and cycles and tons spent working with reproductive endocrinologists, what we are showing them, teaching them to understand and learn is to master, they've never heard, even working with a reproductive endocrinologist for years. And to go even deeper into hormones, okay? If you guys are enjoying what I'm saying about hormones, tell me what hormonal struggles you're dealing with. The more you tell me, the more I'm going to go on with it, okay? I love to talk with you. Estrogen dominance, mild form PCOS, fatty liver. That's the other thing. Liver is such a huge role in breaking down histamines, yet 90%, 100% of people, in my experience, who have autoimmune disease have what we call fatty liver. And underlying causes of fatty liver is blood sugar problems, which we will talk about later, but also like if you have a lot of gut infection with gut bacteria, that gut bacteria releases a lot of what we call LPS, lipopolysaccharides. That's the
Mhm.
bacteria.
Science. Yeah.
I know. Those lipopolysaccharides, 85% flows directly into the portal vein, directly to your liver, causing toxic damage to your liver, which causes fatty liver. So, with fatty liver happening in 90 to 100% of people with autoimmune disease already because of these reasons, then you throw increased histamine levels in these people, they can't break it down.
I mean, it makes sense. And now that you're explaining this, I'm sure perhaps maybe other doctors will hear about this too, because no
Mm,
one's talking about this. Absolutely nobody else. And you guys, you would never know it, but Dr. Maggie, like she mentioned, she had a tough week this week. She had surgery and experienced some complications. I hope you don't mind me
yeah,
saying that. It
yeah.
was a really hard week, but yet you're still here with, it seems like, all of your energy and love that you're pouring out to try to help people that are dealing with these issues.
I
So I just
actually
want to
missed it, Anne. I mean, I'll tell you, like, I've been bedridden for the whole past week and I cannot bear weight because I broke my foot. And I literally had to be in bed for the last 4 or 5 days. So it felt so good. And part of coming back to being like a teacher, like this, mm,
it gives you a little life.
it really does. I mean, I love to teach and I love to share.
You're getting a lot of love in the comments. Everybody just wishing that you have a speedy recovery and thanking you for continuing to help others.
Well, guys, I took massive action to be here today. Let's have you guys take massive action. And if you have any questions, message and chat our team. And also check your Facebook Messenger request later tonight. I'm sure our team would have messaged you. So do something different.
All right.